Can we talk about things like, anxiety and confidence and,
Yeah.
presentation skills and being
Yeah.
unique and authentic, right? We talked about people repeating answers all the time and, visa officers getting tired of it. And what sorts of
Yeah.
tips do you give to your students around these kinds of things? I get a lot of questions about, I'm so unsure, I don't know, I cannot sleep. It's a
Yeah.
few days to my interview. I couldn't speak, so I was denied. How should students get over things like that?
Well, I think there's a few things that come to mind. Number one is preparation. As I said before, if you're prepared and you know kind of generally the questions that'll be asked and you practice, that's why we do mock interviews every Friday for people to observe and also practice themselves. And we play the role, our staff plays the roles of a visa interviewer, and we interview the students. So, and we give them feedback on the answers and things of that nature. So preparation, again, is number one thing.
Yeah.
In terms of the interview itself, I think that, you can not worry as much about saying exactly the right thing as what the ideas you want to say. As long as you're getting across the ideas that you want to say, that's the most important thing. Okay, so don't worry about exact word choice, but worry about like the general idea that you want to present, right?
Yeah.
So I think that's an important piece of it. Again, the genuineness, and I think that these officers don't expect a perfect presentation. It's not a presentation like you're giving in a class or something.
That's right.
It's something that it's an interaction, and they need to take away a few main points and genuine things that you're trying to tell them. So, practically speaking, deep breaths.
Deep breaths.
Being confident, which comes from your preparation, and just listen. To the visa officer too, because sometimes the students, they get into all in their heads what they want to say, but they're not listening to what the visa officer's asking them. So then they give an answer that wasn't what they asked for, right?
Yeah.
So I think that's an important piece too, is just make sure, again, it's a conversation. Okay, so listen to what they're asking you, answer what they're asking you. Don't go into it. You don't have to answer in a long form. Just give a very good answer to what they're asking you. And if you get into that situation, you become obviously nervous. These are people. You have to realize these are people. They're visiting your country. They they're trying to do the best they can, I believe. And so just try to again, preparation, but it's just be ready to interact and to express yourselves. And even I've had students ask them how they like living in their country. How is their day going?
Yeah.
Because if you can imagine that kind of situation and put yourself in their shoes, it helps you kind of think about it a little bit more in a different way. So eye contact is a thing in the U.S.
Eye contact,
yes. You can make eye contact. Now, sometimes these officers, they'll just be typing away, but if you can try to make eye contact, connect with them as a human being as well, so I think that's important to consider. And it comes down to that practice and preparation piece of it. So
a lot of really good things here. I like everything you just said.